I'm Big Will Levinson, and it's time to talk sports. A big night in high school sports action, specifically for two Grand Valley schools, Fruita and Central, as both the Warriors and the Wildcats met in both baseball and girls soccer, starting with a showdown on the diamond between two teams coming in with 6-game win streaks. But who would be the hotter team on a hot April evening at Suplizio Field? Well, the boys in blue picked up right where they left off. Wildcats already up 5-1 in the second as Colton Hicks smacks it right past the second baseman and into the outfield for a base hit as two Wildcats come on home. And it's a bases clearing double as Fruita now leads 7-1. Bottom second, Fruita kept the Warriors off the board thanks to great plays like this. There's a reason that man, Scuba Smolinski, is headed to D1 Grand Canyon next year. He can do it all. To the third and more of the same from the Wildcats. Ball misplayed by Central's third baseman, allowing Gavin Cardoza to score as it's an RBI single for Parker Noah. But that won't be the last we hear from Noah. With two men on, Noah absolutely crushes this ball, and folks, that ball clears the mini green monster. A 3-run rocket for Fruita as they've now opened up an 11-1 lead on Central. But finally, the Warriors are able to stop the bleeding. Caden Girari steps on second and turns two, even though he didn't need to. There were already 2 outs, but a nice way to end a rough inning in style. Meanwhile, on the other side, Carter Hines was giving the Warriors absolutely nothing. A strikeout there ends the third with the Cats still up 10, and they didn't stop there. Josh Weaver with a nice piece, dropping it into center. Plenty of time for not one, but 2 more Wildcats to come on home as Fruita leads now 14-1, and the Wildcats just kept pouring it on after that, obliterating Central 18-1. And so now Fruita has won 7 in a row, and folks, watch out for this Wildcat team. Talent all the way down the lineup. They can beat you in so many different ways. This is a team that can certainly make some noise in the 5A playoffs. And right across the street at Unity Field, these two met in girls soccer. A bit of a slow start to this one. Not many chances, but Fruita's Canacelieta with a rocket to the net. But Jasmine Hernandez stays strong to keep this one scoreless, and that's what it would be at the half. And during halftime, it's senior night festivities for Central. A lot of seniors on this Warrior team. Now in half 2, do we finally get a big chance? Celieta handles it in the box, turning and shooting, and wow, what placement from the freshman over the outstretched arms of Hernandez. How good is that as Fruita finally breaks through in half 2. It's 1-0 Wildcat, and Fruita tacks on one more late to take down their rival Centra 2-0 to win their 3rd game in a row. Next up, the Wildcats will be at Rampart Friday as the Warriors take on far northeast also on Friday. And talk about domination. How about it from the Palisade Bulldogs, throttling Coleridge 8-0 as the Dogs now get to a stellar 8-1-1. And folks, in both the NBA and the NHL playoffs, we have some updates. The Avalanche confirmed they will be headed to Winnipeg for round 1 of their series. And the Nuggets, they'll be at home, of course, as the 2 seed, taking on LeBron James and the LA Lakers. In round 1, it all begins Saturday. We can't wait for that one. But that's all my time for sports. I'm Big Will Levinson.